This is a Tech Talk presentation presented by B. Harshavardhan Yadav, IARE. Today's important topic is what are the important tools in an effective communication. Now, we are excited to learn this topic. Moving to the next slide. Introduction. Effective communication is crucial for several and personal and professional success. It involves the use of various tools and techniques to convey messages clearly and efficiently. In this presentation, we will discuss the important tools in effective communication. Now, moving to the next slide. Verbal communication. Verbal communication involves the use of spoken or written words to convey a message. It is important to use clear and concise language, appropriate tone and volume, and effective listening skills. Active listening, paraphrasing, and asking questions are the important tools in verbal communication. Communication process is an important thing in the verbal communication. Now, moving to the next slide. Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication involves the use of body language, facial expressions, and gestures to convey a message. It is important to use appropriate eye contact, posture, and gestures to convey confidence and sincerity. The ability to read and interpret non-verbal cues is important in effective communication. Now, moving to the another slide. Written communication. Written communication refers to the process of conveying a message through the written signs or symbols through email, postcard, memo, report. Written communication involves the use of written words to convey a message. It is important to use appropriate language, tone, and structure to convey a clear and concise message. Proofreading and editing are important tools in written communication. Now, entering to another slide. Visual communication. Visual communication involves the use of images, graphics, and other visual aids to convey a message. It is important to use appropriate and relevant visuals to enhance the message. Visual aids should be clear and easy to understand. Visual communication is also an important effective communication. Now, entering to another slide. An important slide. Active listening. Active listening involves fully concentrating on and understanding the speaker's message. It is important to avoid interrupting, provide feedback, and ask questions when necessary. Active listening helps to build a rapport and trust in communication. Listening is a fundamental aspect of communication. Active listening is a skill that can be acquired and developed through practice. It is a practice of fully concentrating on the speaker to understand the meaning of the message. It involves listening with all of one's senses and having full attention to the subject. Now, moving to the next slide. Feedback. What are some situations when giving constructive feedback is necessary? Someone asks for your opinion about how they are doing. Peer review. Ongoing performance discussions, course evaluations, providing specific performance pointers, group work feedback, concern about the peers' work habits, peer conversation. Feedback involving providing constructive comments on a message. It is important to provide feedback that is specific, objective, and actionable. Feedback helps to improve communication and builds relationships. Empathy. Empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others. It is important to show empathy in communication to build trust and understanding. Empathy helps to create a positive and productive communication environment. Now, moving to another important slide. This is clarity. Clarity. Clarity involves using language and communication tools that are clear and easy to understand. It is important to use simple and concise language, avoid jargon, and provide context. Clarity helps to avoid misunderstanding and build effective communication and helps us to build our relationships. Now, moving to another slide. Here we come to a conclusion. Effective communication involves the use of various tools and techniques: verbal and non-verbal communication, written communication, visual communication, active listening, feedback, empathy, and clarity are all important tools. By mastering these tools, individuals can improve their communication and achieve personal and professional success. Communication is the exchange of information from one person to another. Effective communication takes place only if the listener understands the information or the idea that the speaker wants to express. Communication is generally of two types. They are verbal and non-verbal communications. And verbal is the best way to communicate. English is the language of international communication. That is why we learn it.